All right, in this unit we are going to be covering genocides. These are going to include genocides from the Holocaust to other genocides that occurred in the 20th century. It is a little bit of a heavy topic. I guess that's why we kind of have it at this part of the year. We've gone through a lot of other topics, but this is a heavy topic, so I guess for anybody watching and paying attention, we should kind of strap in. It's going to be a little bit tough, honestly. So, what is a genocide? It's important to kind of start with what that is. A genocide is the deliberate killing of people who belong to a particular racial, political, or cultural group. You are trying to kill people specifically for the reason that they are part of that group. We have, for example, they are part of the Jewish group. They are part of a political party. They are part of a cultural group. They have a certain skin color. They are a certain gender. They have a certain gender identity or sexual orientation. You are killing people because they are part of a particular group, and you are trying to not have that group anymore. You're trying to eliminate that group. We are going to talk in this area about video about different levels, different stages of genocide. So we have Stage 1, classification, meaning at first we have to identify us versus them. And I want you to think about, for me, I have brown hair. I don't really identify as like brown hair versus blonde hair, right? But we could imagine making a very, very large distinction over that blonde-haired people have different social status than brown-haired people, or brown-haired people have a different social status than blonde-haired people. But we don't think about that as being anything other than, oh, that's interesting what their hair color is. The first step in a genocide is making a classification between us and them, people who are respected and who aren't respected. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is that we need to have a symbolization to say this status. So in Nazi Germany, we're going to talk about this. It was this Star of David being pinned on their clothing. But we need to physically show where this group stands. Stage number 3 is dehumanization. They're being treated as different, and so because they're in this group, because they're Jewish or they have brown hair or whatever the group might be, they don't deserve the same rights as you or me, as the people that are in the in-group. Then we have stage 4, organization, that basically genocides are planned. This is not something that is just happening for one night. This is not something that is just a boiling over of something. This is a systematic extermination of a group of people. Then you have polarization, basically meaning you are going to double down on this idea that this group is bad, all right, and this group is good. Brown-haired people are awful. They're causing all the problems in society. They are not as smart as blonde-haired people. They are committing all sorts of crimes. They are on the outs, and we are on the in. And why is everything wrong? Because of the people on the outside. Preparation. So we identify the people that are going to be a part of this. And we basically prepare, because it doesn't happen in a day, we prepare to get ready for whatever, the killing. And finally, we have the actual genocide take place. We have the systematic killing of people in the group, and we will talk more about that. And then stage 8, denial, that after the fact, they or later generations say, look, this didn't happen, or this wasn't exactly like it said, or everybody was at fault here. We will talk about that a little bit more, kind of as we go. So we get into our notes here. The Holocaust. Nazis, and we will fill this in later, all right? Nazis had many racist beliefs. This included the belief that Aryans, my font up here. Aryans were the master race. All other peoples were subhuman or inferior, especially, all right, Jews, all right, or Jewish people. This persecution against Jews became known as the Holocaust, the mass slaughter of civilians. The Holocaust, and particularly, for the most part, Jewish people. So we're going to get into the history of that a little bit here. So, to begin his campaign, Nazis started a propaganda war against the Jews. Hitler knew that anti-Semitism was still a strongly felt belief of many people. He used this to persecute the Jewish race. And so we don't just pick any random group, right? You want to pick a vulnerable group, as vulnerable a group as you can. It certainly helps if there is underlying social unrest or underlying social dislike of a certain group to kick this all off. Of course, you can pick randomly people with brown hair. But if there are other things that in society people are wanting to target this group for other reasons, that makes it easier to kind of whip up the fury against them. Hitler blamed many events on the Jews, including World War I and Germany's economic problems after the war. And so there's bad things going on during this time. This Jewish people at this time are an identifiable group of people that are somewhat different than other people in Germany, maybe the majority of people in Germany. And so they're easy to identify and easy to maybe think that they're strange or different, and easy to then blame all of these problems on Jewish people. All right, Hitler, wait, is this the next one? What am I missing? All right, maybe this is from a different version of the PowerPoint. I don't know. I'm going to go with believed. I have no idea. Hitler believed that Jews had conspired against the Germans in World War I. And so Hitler believed that there were this group of Jewish people that had gotten together and had caused the Germans to lose World War I. All right, what stage of the Holocaust are we talking about here? I assume we are going to move through the stages, right? We are talking about classification. All right, this is stage 1. All right, classification. Hitler is classifying society as us, the Aryans, all right, versus them. Oops, us Aryans versus them, Jewish people. All right, and blaming problems on them. All right, and so finally on this part, why was Hitler able to use anti-Semitic feelings to gain support? I guess, this is a question that there could be many answers to, but, okay, there was ongoing unrest in Germany after World War I, and Jewish people were an easily identifiable group to blame these problems on. Additionally, significant problems existed after World War I, including the economy and conditions of the Treaty of Versailles, which were easy to blame on Jewish people. All right, that's where we're at on video 1.